I stand firmly in the fact that I'm one of the best to ever do this. For the culture, for my coast, and for my city. This is the best rapper in L.A.Podcast. And I'm your host, Murs. What up, though? All right, y'all, what up, though? It is a new experience in here. People have been in here fucking with my desktop. Surrendered to the powers that be at Universal Music Group every Monday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Pacific time. Drastically altering my work, sleep, stress schedule. But if you feel like hopping on Twitch and checking it out, please do. www.twitch.tv/3, the word point and the number 5. Other than that, you're here for the podcast. Just got back from a show in the Bay Area at the California Academy of Sciences in Golden Gate Park. Man, that's what I'm talking about. We talked a little bit about me not doing Rhyme Fest. I was approached as a solo artist, and of course, Atmosphere and Legends were on it, so I was approached to... Legends don't even approach me anymore about performing, but I was approached by Atmosphere as well about popping out. Not my thing, for numerous reasons that I shared, and maybe I'll explain it somewhere here down the line. Respectfully, not my thing. Really love seeing LA Symphony get out and do fucking some of their old shit that I love. Call It What You Want by LA Symphony is one of my favorite underground or just hip-hop projects in general. Broken Tape Decks is a song. If you're watching us do it live, this shit look. If you're boogie into the track, then just do it. Say what? If you're bumping this in the top, then jump. Hey, if you're bumping this while the drop, then jump. Hey, if you're trying to finish your homework, just do it. Check it. How you gonna tell me tipping is easy? See, I was chillin' with my chicken, I unbox a little more. I'm working real hard now, I'm on TV with cheese. I was happy to be where I was that weekend. My wife and I celebrated our wedding anniversary, got to see some of my in-laws, my niece and nephew, and got to take the kids to California Academy of Science, got to see Z-Man, just got to see DJ Foundation, who DJed for many years. And then B, I don't really care to be in this world of pseudo-liberal backpack hip-hop. If your top 5 favorite rappers are white, I'm probably not for you. I take issue with that, but there's really no issue with that. It's just, I'm probably not for you. And I'm at the point where if I'm not in your top 5, I probably don't want to perform for you. Unless you've never seen me before. If you heard my music and I don't make it into your top 5, So when I'm performing and I'm headlining, even if I'm not in your top 5 and you choose to come see me, that's great. I don't like performing for a sea of people who have heard me but don't really care for me. It's like a test group of people that have like rejected me, and I'm fine with the rejection, but you don't really want me in your face, and I don't really want to be in your face at this point. So I just prefer to do things where I headline. I don't care if it's smaller. One of my favorite shows ever, I don't know if we talked about it here, it was in Wales, in Cardiff. I'd say max 10 people, but I always say 3 people. My foot was in like a brace because I had rolled a really severely torn ligaments in my ankle at the beginning of that tour. That's a whole nother story. But man, I love that show. One of my favorite, like Bonnaroo, that, and Coachella, and a couple other, like my top 5.
I might say the B-word, the N-word. I'm sorry if I offend anybody, but that's hip-hop. But I mean it in the best way possible. I'm just here to have a good fucking time.
I think my first show at the Waiting Room in Omaha, Nebraska.
20 years later, niggas stuck in the same track. I'm trying to slide on the game on a hoverboard. They still buy pork pies from the corner store. more advanced how we handle our grind through the lane with no chains on the handlebars. Trying to push the bigger picture.
Because it was just such a surprise. And I'm probably a show at Fish Lips in Bakersfield, like some of my most memorable shows.
I got something to say. Since these niggas wanna act NWA, niggas wanna tell them and nothing to spray. Just some non-right assholes with nothing to say. Yeah! Bakersfield, y'all still rocking with us? Come on! I'm from the home of double J, nothing but trouble J, WS's, LTS's, OM Bass. Every other dude used to rap cans and spray. I'm the one to keep before the MTA, so don't hate what I say.
One of the top 3 my favorite shows was Cardiff, and it was only a few people. And if you came to party or you just came to rock out with me, I think there are people who were there who didn't know who I was. And the bartender, and like when I can convert the bartender to a fan, and like, especially when there's a night when they're not busy, because I didn't bring a lot of people. And they like, oh man, this was fucking awesome. And like at the end of the day, he's like, this is where IPAs come from. And I was like, I hate IPAs. And I had the best IPA of my life, best beer of my life. And just really hung out with everybody. It was just dope, man. So I'm not a person that does things for crowds. I just want you to be open-minded or there to rock with me. Just there to rock out. If you're there to rock out with me and you know some songs, that's even better. But if you're just there and open to it, having a fucking good old-fashioned hip-hop, and you're rocking out, rock and roll. Like if you're ready to have fun, party, let's do it. And man, the show California, I want to just thank everyone that came out. It was pretty, there's a lot more people than I thought. It was a lot of people. I don't know how it did in comparison because I don't like to compare, but it was packed to me. It was a sea of people, and we all had a good time. I felt like it just felt so good. Like I told them I want to end 30 minutes earlier. Like, do you want to start later so you can sell your merch, or end early so you can sell merch? And I was like, man, getting to see a little bit of the museum and meeting the museum staff and seeing how much they cared about getting people in there and using hip hop as a vehicle, a medium to get more people to visit the museum and also to celebrate the culture and like put, there's a stamp that comes with like hip hop being in a museum. And I was able to do that with the LACMA series called Through the Mic in front of the iconic streetlights. I forgot what that's called, in front of the LA County Museum of Art. And now Anacron is doing the same thing up there, and it's just dope, man. Nightlife Remix is a dope series. They had La Russell and me, and so then we put the official hip hop stamp, and they put that like that's an official. I don't know if it's a government institution, but a state institution and an institution of like education. I feel, and that's a stamp that hip hop, I won't say needs, but I definitely appreciate. So like science and hip hop, like things I would have never fucking thought. Like last time I was in Golden Gate Park, the only time I was in Golden Gate Park was trying to sneak into the Free Tibet concert that the Beastie Boys threw, the first one, and selling tapes out in front of them.
4 and 3 and 2 and 1. What I win on the mic, the suckers fun because I'm down with that rockin' mic and you and I got more juice than Picasso got.
I didn't go to the city often at all, but I love San Francisco. Shout out to Snowbird Coffee, Free Gold Watch, the arcade, Amoeba, Gus's grocery store, like all the places I shop. People were just a lot more kind, and it was dope, man. It was like walking through Golden Gate Park, and I guess the first public playground was in that park. It's just beautiful. If you have family or not, it's a botanical garden. It's just dope. Go to the California Academy of Science, and then just have a day in Golden Gate Park, man. And I just found out the day we heard some rock and roll. My kids were complaining because they were tired, but we heard some rock and roll. It was the fucking Deftones in Golden Gate Park, bro. On the drive home at the rest stop, I saw somebody in Deftones shirts. I was like, what's up? Y'all going to Dia de los Deftones? How was it? And I saw the back of his shirt. I was like, are you kidding me?
So
like, I hear rock and roll, and my 6-year-old's really into rock and roll. I was like, bro, we gotta go. And he was so whiny and tired. I was like, all right, never mind. If it was the Deftones, I would have definitely pushed the issue, bro, if I knew it was the Deftones. But that was on weekend, man. I mean, I can't. This past show is one of my favorite shows. My agent, Taylor Schultz, she's the best. She came up, drove up all the way from Monterey. I love her. It's one of my longest standing working relationships and friendships in this business. And yeah, you know, she works for the biggest music booking agency I think in the fucking world, at least in the United States, something like that. And she chose to come see me. I always appreciate that. So we had some Indian food and walked around the neighborhood, and then I rocked the show, and it was fun. And at the end of the show, I was like, I want 30 minutes to sell merch after, because I wanted to watch a little bit of Z-Man, who's a consummate performer, a friend, and a comrade.
Now life is better. O.J. Simpson and Courtney Love both got together and fell in love. There they spouses cute. I dropped my milk when I seen the hill where the house is built. I miss my boy, Kurt Cobain. He had the kind of dope that would hurt your vein. We would shoot, smack, and write songs all day, and didn't give a fuck when Courtney said, check it. O.J. Simpson used to beat Nicole. Later she would call me on the telephone. I was whooped through just the way the friends did. Coke fucking brothers in front of her kids with no shame. Courtney and Kurt Cobain murder. O.J. had Nicole and boy murder. O.J. Simpson and Courtney Love.
There's a picture I posted of me and DJ Hydro standing on the side of the stage, and me and him are watching Z-Man get down. We're like, all right, like, we got fucking go. We look like stone faced. Like, I don't play about performances, man. Like, if someone's bringing energy and y'all paid, I'm trying to match that energy or surpass that energy. And I could just aim to match Z-Man's energy because he's such a great performer. So it's an honor to be on the bill, but it's not like, ha, 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 ha. I'm like, all right, fuck. It's, you know, it's like hooping. Like, you're playing for keeps, bro. I got to get up there and play for keeps now. Not to do better than you, but to you've pushed the energy up in this room, and now I have to fucking maintain that. I take that as a huge responsibility, especially whether people are paying or just paying attention, because both your money and your time is even more valuable than your money, but both are very valuable. So I might post a picture on Patreon so y'all can see it like that. I was like, someone took that picture. I was like, oh yeah, you caught us. That's what I love about DJ Hydro. All my DJs they know, like, we're going to have fun on stage, but it's fun with the purpose. Thank you. It was amazing. So after I did sell merch, I was just like, fuck it, man. I want y'all to either see the museum or, yeah, let's take a picture. Let's just say hi. Fuck buying shit, even though I got kids and I got to try to subsidize this trip. But I'll take a pay cut to, because that's what, meeting you all is the best part of this fucking job. Hands down. But yeah, man, this is still a privilege and a pleasure to have your time and your attention and share some love. So thank you. It was a great show in the Bay. And I opened with bigger dreams when I saw what Z-Man did. I love when someone pushes me. I was like, yo, I want to do bigger dreams, man.
Let's set this off the right way. Look. Yeah. If you want to check a chick out, then take her to the fish house and rock some ETC. Control your destiny. Yeah. What up, though, everybody? How you doing? The name's Murs. I've been rhyming since 92. I'm still doing my thing. Welcome everybody else who was new to the scene. 316, the day I was born. Can't another rapper top the way I perform. Competitor, etc. Yeah, right. God be the only editor when I write. Whatever comes up, comes out. Word to brother Ali, keep your hands off me.
If you haven't heard it, it's a song that I did with ADA, which is Cardano, which is whatever coin, cyber token thingy. I can't even think about it now. NFT thingy, whatever. Create this NFT blockchain technology, and they have this thing called Noom, which is really great. Hopefully they can get it off, get it going. It's off the ground, but keep it going. But my brother Mikey Mo, who just put out a new album about his mother, if you could check it out on Bandcamp, MikeYmo, Mikey Mo, and Abyss. Abyss he reminded me like he was Years ago at the Outhouse in East Oakland, warehouse where all the living legends lived, he came to pick me up. And he was a young kid. I was young. He was a little younger than me. And then he said he had beats and like, oh, I heard his beats. I was like, man, we got to do something. And like 23 years later, he comes back around. Mikey brings him to the table with Noom and this Cardano technology. And he's like, can we do a song exclusive for the platform where we break it down? Like, you know, I'm sure most of you guys are aware into all these tokens and people can own and participate in it and blah, blah, blah. I was like, yeah, man, I just been wanting to rap on your beats. If you guys look at the stuff I've done over the past 2 years, it's been very strategic and just music with people that I wanted to make music with. It has nothing to do with really, it has something to do with me practicing to get better for my final album at recording and writing. Same thing with Twitch. Me freestyling on Twitch has all been to build towards this last album. But every producer had to mean something to me. You know, the producer from Brazil, Elif, when we did Take It Easy, My Brother Murs, that was, you know, purposeful. I have, you know, roots in Brazil now. Abyss, we said we were going to work together. And then I'm a big fan of Bitcoin and like, and the blockchain and all that shit, man. So doing something in that space with black men was important. With men of faith that love Jesus, another, you know, like everybody involved was just such great people. And with people that want to empower musicians and empower the public and community. And the Cardano community is amazing. So all of it had purpose, but rapping over an abyss. When he told me, man, I said we were supposed to do something 20-something years ago. I said, this is perfect. And the beat was perfect. And it's a newer version of Better Than the Best.
My name is Murs, hailing from the far west, California, L.A. Oh yes, yeah. You may have heard of us. We all ain't murderers, drive-by shooters. You can kick it on the curb with us. We got blue skies, we got palm trees, we got boulevards, beaches with a calm breeze. As far as MCs, I'm the best of them. Only 5'9" heads above all the rest of them. I mean, we got dogs, and we got cute.
It's kind of like, what up, though, everybody? How you doing? My name's Murs For President since 92, and the beat is so dope. And I was like, man, this could replace Better Than the Best because I feel like this crowd has heard Better Than the Best so many times. And doing the Bay reminded me of doing Rock the Bells in the Bay and doing Dreadlocks there at whatever that place is called in Mountain View. I think Skyline Pavilion or whatever. But also, I always started every Rock the Bell set, and I start most festival sets with Better Than the Best. Because it's a clean song, there's no cursing. It's a good introduction. It samples a familiar soul American classic, so that gets people listening.
1, 2. How y'all feeling?
Let's go, y'all! Let's go!
My name is Murs, hailing from the far west, California, L.A.
Oh, yes!
You may have heard of us. We all ain't murderers, drive-by shooters. You can kick it on the curb with us. We got blue skies, we got palm trees, we got boulevards, beaches with a calm breeze. As far as MC shit, I'm the best of them. Only 5'9" heads above all the rest of them. I mean, we got dog and we got cute.
I love that beat. I love Nottz, man. When you're going to hear me say this a lot, you know, I work with him on this album and a couple albums and more in the future. Once again, one of the producers I wish I would have done a project with, but we've done so much that, you know, I think put all songs together, you definitely get a solid EP. But he does one of my favorite beats ever. So when I got the Warner Brothers budget, I wanted a Nottz beat. He did a lot of my favorite shit for Busta, and that's how I learned his name on those liner notes. Then one day, I went to an in-store for a little brother at Stax Records. Used to be in Cerritos, I believe. Shout out Celos. After he left Fat Beats or Fat Beats closed or something. And I went there and I heard Fonte freestyle over the Don't Want to Give That Up instrumental. Don't Want to Give It Up. Oh my God. Nottz featuring the DMP.
I can't give that up.
to no one. Don't wanna give that up. I don't plan to give that up. I can't give that up to no one.
Oh my God. That beat? I was like, yo, whoever did this, I got to rap over his beats. So now I had a budget. I reached out to Nottz. They didn't know if they could clear this. I think it's a 4-top sample. Can't help myself. I love you and nobody else. So my stepfather, who came along later in my life, you know, in my 20s, is a huge Motown person and a wealth of information. Has given me so many great books and tidbits that have definitely shaped the way I write and create my music. I knew that would make him happy and proud. And just like older black people love it when you do something where you don't cuss. There's a lot of older our elders are really upset with us. And when we do it over one of their jams. So I was like, cool, this is a way for me to do it. And Murs is better than your favorite rapper. I don't, comes from Limp Bizkit is better than everyone. If I could take you back to the Murs Rules the World era when I had my apartment in Midtown off Pico, I only had one poster on the wall. It was the Limp Bizkit album cover that Mirror did. And I had a t-shirt that said, I bought from Hot Topics, that Limp Bizkit is better than everyone. So Murs is better than your favorite rapper. It's something that Liberty Board Shop, I believe, put on bumper stickers and t-shirts. And I put on, I don't even know if I got paid residuals, but they gave me so many discounts or free shit. I hope that evened us out. Shout out to Matt Pendreau and that whole crew in Brea. But yeah, Aaron, a.k.a. Jub, owner of Small Wheels. If you skate, support SML Wheels. Skateboarding is a whole nother industry tangent, but this is where I've seen a lot of people grow into owning their own brands. Like Cassidy from Rastaclot, all of us used to hang out at the skate shop, and so many people have gone on. Skateboarding really takes care of its own, and I really wish that more rappers would do what I'm doing and just try to graduate, and I'll be the industry more welcoming. Like as Jay-Z graduated to executive position, like graduating rappers up into tour managers or anything, or owning their own labels. Like I love to see that, and it happens a lot in skateboarding, and I'm so grateful. I got to see so many of these young men become successful or, be employed doing something they love. Shout out to Evan Schiffelbein. Saw him on the L.A. Marathon. He's written a book he's on the second book. He's been an author. He works at Vans. Like just when it can be insular and everybody can still stay in touch with the culture that raised them and they were passionate about. Aaron helped me with that. Murs is my best friend, and also with Murs, he was just he was the youngest redheaded kid in the crew, and he was just, Murs is my best friend. I don't know how it came up. Murs is better than your favorite rapper. So I always wanted to find a way to get that into a song. And then traveling to Japan when I was younger, I always got MUR, hailing from the Far West, because they're the Far East. And my friend Shingo would always say that in his music. And Far East was like this is before Far East movement was a thing. But actually, we'll get to that later, but Far East movement plays a role in Murs For President. People may fly like a G6. Or that's what it is? I think so. But yeah, it starts off with, so I got this iconic beat from this legendary producer. What am I going to say? That I need theme music. Every hero, every movement needs theme music, and this was my goal. So I've been having this line, MURS, hailing from the Far West, California, L.A., oh yes, for years. And it's like a just really basic intro, I think goes over well. And I get to skip around at the beginning, and if you see me perform it, I skip around, and it makes me happy. You can't be not happy when you hear that, when you hear Motown. And my goal is to make people happy. Like I wish I could find with a 100-year-old musician saying that that's what he still does it for. You had a hard day at work, like you spend your hard-earned money, you had a hard day, you come out and fuck with me. I want to bring some light and levity and just connection and connecting. And the beat, the sample already connects us. And now how can I connect with you? Okay, body movement. You're standing still. I'm supposed to get you moving, or you want to enjoy my movement. Pause. So yeah, I start skipping around. And then I usually say, like, look, I know you've seen, especially when it's on Rock the Bells or a festival, I'm like, every rapper that got probably not a lot of smiles today. You know what I mean? Definitely, or when you think rap, you don't think about a smile. I'm going to smile. I'm going to jump around because I can't help myself. And that's the whole thing too, is can't help myself. I love you. So it's like all of that is in there. I can't help myself. And it's a good intro because I always tell people too, like I only know one way to perform. In the midst of me recording this record, I was attempted to, I don't know what it's called. Stolen. I don't know if there's an industry term for it where it doesn't sound as bad. But there are labels within the Warner Music umbrella, and one of those records was Sire Recordings, which released a lot of the Ice-T stuff. They had another president, and they wanted to take me off of Warner Brothers proper and put me on Sire. And as I did a performance for just the Warner staff at a club, once again in San Francisco, it's all circular. During the day, it was 11 a.m. It was part of their conference. I had to go in, and it's like a lounge, and everybody like had watched some singer-songwriter, and then somebody else, just some acoustic and whatever. I'm like, okay. And I just would put on, I got this all queued up. I was like, I'm going to tell everyone here, all you suit and tie motherfuckers, like, God bless you. I love you. Thank you for being here. But I only know one way to do this. So it may seem out of place. It may seem weird, but I'm not going to feel awkward because when I hear the music, I give myself to it. And this is what you're about to get. And after that, I think his name is Craig Aronson. He's like one of the legendary figures in the music community, like where I think Nirvana, some shit. All these motherfuckers I'm meeting, they're like, I did this and I did this because, you know, they're not proud. I don't say they're not proud people, but they're executives. They're behind the scenes people. But when I got some of these people's resume, I was like, wow. So my guy was like, he wants to talk to you. This is who he is. He runs Sire. He saw that and he wants you on Sire. And like they pulled me to the side, and like insider, like yo, you're still be on Warner, but I think I like he liked what I did so much. You know, and like somebody who's discovered or worked with somebody legendaries tells me they see something in me. I get like, oh, that's how I ended up like really excited to be on Warner in the first place. Cause they're like, oh, you know, the guy who signed Tupac's like, you remind me of Tupac. He pushed the buttons. And this other guy's like, I love your energy. And I'm like, bro, like I'm getting scouted, you know? And that's the thing is like, you never know who's in the room. And that's part of why I do what I do. And people always say, you never know who's watching, but also I don't give a fuck who's watching. It's about representing me. It's about honoring the divinity in the music, honoring your time, honoring myself. God, like it's all of it. And it's the only way I can do it because I don't like being in front of people. So if I can surrender to the music and take my ego out of it and just be a servant to the crowd and to the music and to God, like it's the only way I can do it. Because if I get inside my head, I get stage fright. I have to shit before I go on stage every time, even this time. Thank you, California Academy of Sciences, for having a fucking nice bathroom that I could shit in.
Holla at me, I'll be in the bathroom, boo-booing.
After I give my little disclaimer, then I go into introduce myself. Murs, Helen from the Far West. You may have heard of us. We all ain't murderers. Like this is like perfect song. Like when I perform for crowds, I have prejudged conceptions of rap. We all ain't murderers. Drive-by shooters. You could kick it on the curb with us. We got blue skies, palm trees. We got boulevards, beaches with a calm breeze. As far as MCs, you know that line right there's always tell people like when I got to the label, the smaller label that was for Murray's Revenge, they would say, and I don't know if we talk about this, we could cut it if I did, but you know, you think you're tough and you think you're from the hood and blah, blah, blah. And I get that, especially from white people all the time, that are adjacent to the culture. I think I relate so well to them. Some of them may feel a certain way that I can relate to the hood too. And it's authentic and they don't feel like it's authentic because I can't be authentic there and authentically in their space at the same time, which is why I think rubs some black people the wrong way. But I didn't create this journey. And so like trying to discredit me. And I was like, I can deal with Rwanda. I could deal with like Brazil and the robber. I can do all like anything motivated by poverty. I can understand. What I don't understand is how I live in a city that is one of the most warm, beautiful places on earth, with some of the most beautiful human beings, like physically. Inside, some of you are fucking disgusting. Some of the best marijuana, access to so much opportunity. And even if it's limited access, the access is limited. And that's why it's extremely frustrating to live 5 miles from Hollywood, and which is the biggest export of our country, which is the 5th biggest economy in the world. A lot of it to do with film. and less than 2% of the people behind the camera in these union jobs are black or from this fucking city, or black and from this city, or brown and from this city. It'd be like no black people working at the Ford plant in Michigan, in Detroit. Doesn't fucking make sense. So I get the frustration, but I still don't get how we can kill each other. That's insanity to me. My cousins come out from the East Coast and they're like, what? You do drive-bys and you got a front and a backyard with grass? You got all this space and y'all choose to hunt each other down? Or they don't like, oh, I thought you lived, blah, blah, blah. Some people are like, oh yeah, I thought you lived in the hood. Then we go around the corner to the fucking KFC and it's bulletproof glass. We go to the fucking liquor store and there's bulletproof glass. And like, either I've never seen this, or if they're from the hood, they're like, oh, this only happens in the hood. Once again, shout out to Steph Tatas for hipping me to what a bulletproof is. If you've missed that episode, it's just the Chinese food places in Philly in the hood, they call bulletproofs because they have bulletproof glass. Because they're violent communities, but I don't understand. And then when you travel the world and you see, when I go to Ethiopia and I see kids not asking for money or not asking for food, but just, can you pay for my school? Don't give me any money. Don't give me any food. Can you pay for my school so that I can serve my community and elevate my family out of our dire circumstances? The things I've seen, it only makes it more. So when there's like, you're not tough, or you've never been to Rwanda, or whatever war-torn African country was popular at the fucking moment, I don't understand the insanity of Los Angeles. We got blue skies, we got palm trees, we got boulevards, beaches with a calm breeze. Like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? My whole life being called gay because I read or I'm into different things, and then you go to a party with a bunch of beautiful women and look to fight with put your hands on another man wearing the wrong color? That's okay. That is gay as fuck, but that's gay as fuck. You want to touch another man that bad? Like, fine. Just come out, bro. The funny thing is, I'll be the one to accept you. But you don't need to be hateful and use derogatory terms for homosexuals against me because I want to read. When it's really you're uncomfortable with your own homoerotic tendencies or desires. I don't get it, bro. I don't fucking get it. I've learned to respect it, but I don't fucking get it. And we can get into genocide and the manipulation, but if I understood the devil, then I will be evil.
As far as MCs, I'm the best of them. Only 5'9", heads above all the rest of them. I mean, we got dogs, and we got Q. Everybody with this blue and the red view. Man, these dudes always trying to kill something. I'm putting words together, hoping that y'all feel something. Trying to put that pride back into the black music. You can clap to it in your lack or your Buick. Do it. I had to do it cause nobody else can. Couldn't be anybody other than myself, man. The best to ever do it, the best to ever did it. Murs is better than your favorite rapper, admit it. Better than the best, y'all best to forget it. Murs is better than your favorite rapper, admit it. The best to ever do it, the best to ever did it. Murs is better than your favorite rapper, admit it.
As far as MCs, I'm the best of them. Only 5'9", heads above all the rest of them. Once again, for my mother and my stepfather. My stepfather drives around in a van all day for Bowers and Sons Cleaners, and the slogan is heads above the competition, or heads above ... I think at this point, but that's part of the slogan for my family's business. My mom rebranded it, and it's a giraffe, heads above. Get it? So I'm the best of them. Only 5'9", heads above all the rest of them. That was a shout out to my mom and her business, and I knew they would like the song because of the beat. I mean, we got Dog, we got Q. Everybody with this blue and the red view, man, these dudes always trying to kill something. Putting words together, hoping that y'all feel something. Trying to put the pride back into the black music. You could clap to it in your lack or your Buick. Had to do it because nobody else can. Couldn't be anybody other than myself. Best to ever do it. The best that ever did it. Murs is better than your favorite rapper. Admit it. That came from some film and I can't remember right now. Maybe y'all can help me. The inspiration for that hook. And during this hook, like I do old school house dances and Running Man's Never Gonna Let the Running Man Die. I think it's a timeless dance. Shout out to Will Smith for that part. I'm shaking babies and I'm kissing hands. That comes from Atmosphere. Sean always says that, shaking babies and kissing hands. I always thought it was funny. Jumping in the crowd, going crazy with my fans. I don't really believe in that. I come from theater background, but I like doing that when I'm watching someone else's show. I don't like getting in the crowd and getting back on. I stopped doing that. I think it's unprofessional as far as I'm concerned. My theater teacher who gave me the opportunity to rap on stage for the first time, David Schlitt, I think would appreciate that. But we did walk into the crowd with the mics. I don't do it anymore because I don't say it's unprofessional. Maybe it's just my PTSD or my trauma. It just doesn't feel right to me. I've tried it a couple times and shit has gotten physical over it. It's better for me to stay my black ass on stage. It's just that. But now I've got to a place where I like to give a show. And when the show is over, then I think that's too, is like I am in a different place. I am not me. I've hit a switch. And that person is a product that belongs on the stage. It doesn't want to break the fourth wall. I can go Deadpool and or just be regular, like approachable Murs after the show. I love the petting zoo, as my friend said. Most nights I really do. When it's not annoying, when you're like genuine and not trying to prove something or showboat, just yo, okay, fucking, you own a fucking ice cream parlor. I want to know all about that. But I don't want to know that, you're best friends with Sunspot's janitor and his building, and just you're you, and that's enough for me. What are you up to? How are you? What brought you here? Did you enjoy the show? Did I not do a song? After the show, a homegirl told me I didn't do the breakup in the Bay. It's one of the first times I've done a solo set, not done the breakup. Fuck was I thinking? Didn't do fresh kicks. I was just vibing, y'all. I was just going and thought I was trying to end so that you guys see the museum and I could sell merch, but it was really, I just felt I wanted to touch y'all. I wanted to be inside of you guys.
I'm shaking, baby, and I'm kissing hands, jumping in the crowd, going crazy with my fans. I stand alone, don't need anyone, but it takes two, so I'm going home with anyone. Y'all ladies that's looking like Christina, Miliana Ricci, I could really take either. Blonde girls, black girls, Asian girls, whatever. I never met a girl that I didn't like ever. Never. Double negative, that means I'm positively the best rapper that you ever heard, obviously. Never heard of me, you didn't listen hard enough. Been moving weight on your block like a garbage truck. No trash rap, I'm moving past that. I won't crack rap just to get the ass held. I feel a change coming, I got the game running. Back to the lab, now they all trying to say something. The best to ever do it, the best to ever did it, man. Murs is better than your favorite rapper, admit it.
So jumping in the crowd, going crazy, my fan. I stand alone, don't need anyone, but it takes two. That's something to joke within my graffiti rock crew, my homies from Tucson. It takes two to make it things go right by Rob Bass, one of the best songs of our childhood. Song's called It Takes Two. He says, I stand alone, don't need anyone, cause I'm Rob, just came to have fun. Bro, this name of the song, my brother, is It Takes how many? Two. But you said, I stand alone, don't need anyone. It takes two, so I'm going to y'all ladies looking like Christina, Miliana Ricci. That was throwing back to the beginning of the verse where I quoted Sean and then attributed Christina Ricci, felt two. And we both always had a crush on Christina Ricci, or had crushes. I have no more crushes anymore. Blonde girls, black girls, Asian girls, whatever. I talked about this at the show. It's like, yeah, no one, that reference is gone for kids don't have that. Like the hotlines that we used to have, like, call now, blonde girls, black girls.
Don't just think about a fantasy tonight. Pick up the phone and call the Fantasy Girls. We never let you down. You'll always get a different girl and fantasy every time you call.
I never met a girl that I didn't like ever. I've always tried to like, when I was dating, just liking any girl that liked me. Never met a girl that I didn't like ever. That's where the line comes from. Plus, I love feminine energy, women. Best tour managers, best life mates, in my opinion. Some of the best humans. If you gathered all the best humans in the world, I'm sure a majority of them would be female. That's just how I feel. Double negative, that means I'm positively. Maths. If you haven't watched Supercell, try to do it. It's good. Directed by someone named, I want to say Moffs. I always think Britain. Got renewed for a second season. I don't watch much TV, but I like to, when somebody, I think the director's name is Rap Man, so.
Yeah.
you marry me?
Yeah.
Yeah? Yeah?
Promise me you're not gonna go back.
There's people in this world of superpowers.
The best rapper that you ever heard, obviously. Never heard him, you didn't listen hard enough. Been moving weight on your block like a garbage truck. But no trash rap, I'm moving past that. Get that. Real simple, easy, lame, clean metaphors. Trash. I won't crack just to get the ASCAP. ASCAP is publishing checks you get every time your song is played on the radio. And now sometimes on streaming, there's some new law. I never really understood publishing because I have radio hits, so I don't really make a lot from publishing. But ASCAP is one of the companies that collects those pennies that turn into billions for some of these singers with hit records. There's two parts to the song. The master, which Warner Brothers at this owns the master of the song, but I own my own publishing because I wrote it. But I have to give some of the publishing because I sampled a Motown song, which Berry Gordy owns everyone's publishing on Warner Brothers. I've been at my Ice Club and talking away from the mic. That's stupid. Hopefully you guys heard that. Berry Gordy owns everyone's publishing, so we had to pay him. ASCAP collects my small portion. I don't know who collects Berry Gordy's portion, and then Nottz gets a portion because he created the music. But usually when the producer samples, sometimes it gets split in 50. The producer and the writers, or the musicians and the writers, and that is a publishing. So when you license a song, or play a song on the radio, there's half. When you play a song on the radio, the label who owns the master doesn't get anything unless they own your publishing. When you buy a record, the person who owns the publishing gets very little. So that's how they kind of evened it out. But then most labels would just either take or pay for the artist publishing. Kids who sign contracts not paying attention would sign over their publishing. If you wanted to be on Motown, there was just no way fucking around it, especially in the early days. It's Joe Bet Publishing owns everybody. So Smokey Robinson wrote it. Berry Gordy didn't write a record or play a instrument, but he owns all the publishing and the master. But when you're making business decisions, then you don't have to talk to anybody. So like when we did that thing for, tried to sample PM Dawn or reference PM Dawn on Love and Appreciate, motherfuckers, I think on the original version, because PM Dawn sampled something. So somebody in there, it was one motherfucker that didn't want to clear it and it fucked everything up. But if you had been signed to a label like Motown, all it is one call, one answer, yes or no. And Motown answered yes for 2 songs on this era. It was this song and Can It Be? One trap rap just to get, or I say trap rap on stage. I want crack rap just to get the ass cap. I feel a change coming. I got the game running. Back to the lab. Now they all trying to say something.
Never heard of me, you didn't listen hard enough. Been moving weight on your block like a garbage truck. No trash rap, I'm moving past that. I won't crack rap just to get the ass cap. I feel a change coming, I got the game running. Back to the lab, now they all trying to say something. Best to ever do it, the best to ever did it, man.
I was hoping, my I don't say delusion, my grand visions for this project was to inspire more rappers to rap positive, to find out a way to sell positive rap again, where, after I uncovered the farce that labels are forcing us to put out negative music, and the real thing is that people are just buying negative music. If I could find a way to make making positive music popular and profitable and look cool, maybe more people will do it. Some will say that was an influence for the next generation of the Kendrick Coles and Drakes or whatever. Not just me, but other, that was my goal. And whether I had anything to do with it or not, I'm glad that it happened somewhat. And I think that now it's just people making the music they want. Any type of rap made decent is sellable and scalable. Last verse is, I write songs, you write 16s, you need to grow up, stop playing with those kids things, get it? Cause, I got a permit. You got a permit, I'm licensed to kill, permit 16, was making y'all money when I didn't have a deal, for real. I was at that point, I was just realizing, like, by stopping touring and stopping putting out work and I see how a lot of rappers live when they're signed in their first couple of deals. Like when Q-Tip or somebody, I think it was Q-Tip, said he was sleeping on his couch when they were making Low End Theory. I get that, because the label, you're not making no money unless you're on the road or you own your publishing and you got a radio hit. And I didn't have a radio hit. I was just living off the little advance or salary they gave me for a year. But luckily, I programmed a salary into that, so I was doing a little bit better. But I wasn't used to not having the income. I was making y'all money when I didn't have a deal, for real. And even if you is moving that white man, you're still working for the white man, whatever. You're around the same words. Just acknowledging like all the trap rap that was getting popular and everybody's moving white. Like and like claiming, you know, entrepreneurial or black excellence. There's nothing excellent about being black and selling narcotics to your community. Like I said, it's one of those things I've learned to respect, but I don't know how much honor is in that. The honor comes from what you do with the money. Like, you know, some people's like, okay, I understand if you're profiting off of people who are going to be junkies and fiends regardless, but you are then taking care of the kids and providing opportunities in the community for those that want to do better. Those whose trauma isn't leading them down a path of addiction. But there has to be I don't say it has to be, I wish there was more of a balance. And I wish it wasn't an option at all. And it shouldn't be an option. But the fact that it is, you know, for working class people in our community, that's it. And then for working class people outside of our community, their job is to catch us doing that so that they can provide the people who own prisons with widgets or products to fill their cells, which are human bodies. So it's still blue collar people fighting against each other, working to manufacture criminals to fill the institutions with pay, which gets the 1% paid. So you're still working for the white man. Y'all rhyme the same words. No matter how you say it, that is just absurd.
I write songs, y'all write 16s. Need to grow up, stop playing with them kids things. You got a permit, I'm licensed to kill. Was making your money when I didn't have a deal. And on the real, you still working for the white man. Even if you is moving that white man. Y'all rhyme the same word, no matter what you say, man, it's just absurd. And I never been served, not in the drive-thru, not even on the curb. Not a warrant, not even a subpoena, not even peanuts in a sold-out arena. That's why you salty, the fans exalt me. While you over yonder throwing hate, trying to halt me. Man, I won't stop my grind on pause. I'm moving positive circles like a round of applause. The best to ever do it.
That was when I first heard Rick Ross say, "I know Noriega, the real Noriega." That was really, really frustrating to me.
I know Pablo Noriega, the real Noriega. He owe me 100 favors.
And the fact that later on he heard that song and I heard Cannon B and rapped over it, and then I got to send a rap back that way.
Red and blue, what it do? I see you. Chi-Town, all my GDs, it ain't nothing but love, nigga. Maybach music is deeper than a rap, nigga. Yeah. Millionaires. I don't know Murs, but I know birds. I bet I knew furs out of all you niggas first. Fake tough guys, it ain't even in your blood. Sex, money, murder, all them niggas give me love. Out in Chi-Town, all them G's get cabbage. Just indicted dough, gave them kingpin status. Shitting on these rappers, undercover faggots. And I bought some work women for the questions they keep asking. Maserati blue and message in them in a fashion. Make haters smile, but that
Everybody called it Rick Ross diss. It wasn't diss. Definitely a criticism and like, yo, y'all rhyme the same word.
The fact that he used my beat is just amazing. How did he find that? Where did he find it? I don't believe he said my name. That's amazing. Oh shit. Let's do it. Thank you, Mr. Ross. I appreciate it, buddy. Thank you for Curtis Jackson, 50 Cent, World Star Hip Hop for making this possible. Let's go.
So yeah, man. Hey, the homies hit me up, like my phone started blowing up, man. It was like, hey, Murs, you on the new Rick Ross show? I'm at the barbershop. Like, I'm on the new Rick Ross. How the fuck that happened? Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate it, buddy. Dinner on me next time in Miami. Murs For President, Mid-City. Look, now I don't know Ross, but I know I'm the boss of comic book skateboards and panties getting tossed on stage while you dudes engage in internet beefs trying to make the front page. But I'm the biggest
boss that you see no world star. Up on lip service, fucking with them porn stars. You say I'm out my mind, I let her sit on my face. But nigga, you the crazy one if you don't wanna taste. I'm not a dread, I'm not Jamaican, I'm not a homophobe, and I ain't Clay Aiken. Some niggas faker than a $3 bill. I don't gang bang, I don't care who's real. Nothing but backpacks and bras at my shows. You trying to get shot, I'm just trying to get told. Nobody in the front row throwing up signs. And motherfuck Manny if he don't resign. This the Dodgers, fool, it's L.A. nigga. Why y'all gang banging like some L.A. niggas? But do your thing, homie. It's just strange to me. Celebrating death, that's just so lame to me. Get your money, Curtis. Get your money, Rick. I love it when a black man ain't gotta flip bricks. I'm trying to stack chips so I can change the world, yeah. Along the way, fuck a couple famous girls. Raven Simone, homie, that's where the money's at. Soon as Molly turned 18, I'm getting some of that. Hannah Montana, though. Niggas can't stand up for their girlfriends love me. I'm the new D'Angelo. Post your comments, I really don't care. What type of nigga comment on another nigga's hair? I'm doing fine, homie. The ladies love me. I give a fuck if a man say it's ugly. You gay hairdressers can't take nothing from me. On MTV for straight weeks, it's time for the president of hip-hop speech. Of acceptance, put down the weapons. It's love for everybody representing a section. Ain't trying to see hip-hop lose another life. You living for the dough, but you die for what you write. I'm the opposite, I'm the black Dana White. I'ma get this money and let y'all niggas fight. I'm tight.
And when I did that, one of my little homies that was a huge fan was like, bro, you do the same thing. And I had to be like, oh yeah, I kind of do. You've done it. He's like, you did that on For Real on this song, blah, blah, blah. Like busting my ass. I was like, fuck, okay, all right. But at the time, I remember being in the club and hearing somebody play that song, and I just walked out of the club. I was like, if this is what his people are singing along with, I'm not hip. I'm not ready. But yeah, I've definitely moved on from those opinions.
And I never been served, not in the drive-thru, not even on the curb. Not a warrant, not even a subpoena, not even peanuts in a sold-out arena. That's why you salty, the fans exalt me. While you over yonder throwing hate, trying to halt me. Man, I won't stop my grind on pause. I'm moving positive circles like a round of applause. The best to ever do it, the best that ever did it.
And I've never been served, not in a drive-thru, not even on a curb. Not a warrant. Not even a subpoena, not even peanuts in a sold-out arena. Then peanuts, that's why you're salty. The fans exalt me while you over yonder, I love just throwing yonder in there, throwing hate, trying to halt me, the alliteration. I won't stop, man, my grind don't pause. I move in positive circles like a round of applause. Just ending it with a little bit of like wordplay that yes, I'm better than your favorite rapper because I give a better performance because I am trying to be a better human for my community, but I also can still hit you with a couple bars, and we're out.
Thank you for all coming out. I like to thank Nottz. I like to thank Vic for staying up late. I like to thank my badass goddaughters for getting on my nerves all damn day. And me still coming to work and doing my job, which is to be the best. The bestest. That's a word, because I said so. Thank you very much.
Apparently, I was talking shit to my goddaughters because I probably have been with them all day, fucking around with Aaron Hall, Suge Knight ass. It's a line from the Death Row documentary, if you know. Yeah, that's better than the best. Felt like I should talk about that. What didn't make the record for whatever reason. We shot a heck of a video. Savant was in the video. It's definitely on a 12-inch. Has some cool artwork. And I think it was a good precursor. This and Dreadlocks were good precursors. That got it mad in Better Than the Best kind of just did it right. This rounds and like, I think like shoe stores. It was on like, they promoted it on like other little video channels, and they had the comic book store, the barber shop, and Savant MMA slamming me on my head. Just shout out to people. Like I was definitely in the community then, living at the Palazzo, like going to get my hair cut at Legends, going to Golden Apple every Wednesday. Rest in peace to John Singleton. I used to see him there all the time. Reginald Hudlin, like there's different people. But shout out to that whole family, Ryan and his family. I believe in Kendra. They're really dope. I try to support Golden Apple whenever possible. So I wanted to put them in the video because comic stores were having a hard time as the advent of comiXology and everything was kind of moving up. But I'm glad they're still around. They were still around then. So I shot part of the video there. I just love him, and man, I love Savant. I wanted to get something in with him. And yeah, legends, all the homies. Thank y'all for tuning in this week. You can catch me on Mondays. If you feel like hopping on Twitch and checking it out, please do. www.twitch.tv/3, the word point and the number 5. I want to add this note. I should have done it when I was in the studio, but it was on my heart as I'm leaving the studio, walking through South Central. When I say these things, like whether it's my opinions on Rick Ross or my opinions on people gangbanging, all that has changed as I've grown and become a man. Fighting guys over colors. That's just like a funny tidbit, just a tit for tat for people calling me gay for reading comics. But really, their trauma has caused them to act out in certain ways, and my trauma caused me to draw in certain ways. And I was into cartoons and toys and comic books because I wasn't allowed to have a childhood, a typical childhood, and stuff like that. Like, I got into my psychology, and as I understood myself, I started to understand others. And really, we shouldn't have been judging each other, period. I should have, but I was young. So now I have seek understanding. So I don't share those same views now. And I think that it's pertinent to express that, because there are people who have no understanding and may just side with me and take that point of view. And that's not the point of view I hold now. But it was just something I'm describing how I was thinking at the time and when I was younger. And I want this to be documented as such, but also I don't want people to just listen to this one episode or take a tidbit and run with it or let this shape your view, because it's not my view, and my view evolved and changed over time. Thanks for listening to the Best Rapper in L.A. podcast. Make sure you subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. Make sure you never miss an episode by subscribing on Spotify, Apple, wherever it is. If you like the show, leave a review on Apple Music or Spotify. And to support the podcast directly, go to patreon.com/MURS316, Murs316. See y'all next week. Peace.